Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. There's a new program in New Jersey that gets people help with an opioid addiction and removes some of the stigma. It's called Operation Helping Hands, and involved in that is Deborah Visconi, who is CEO of New Bridge Medical Center, and Michael Paolello, who is the New Bridge Chief Clinical Officer for Substance Abuse Services. Thank you so much for being here. Why don't we start, sir, just with what is Operation Helping Hand?
Well, Operation Helping Hand started in Bergen County through the prosecutor's office, a collaboration between, we were New Bridge Medical Center just starting, and the Bergen County prosecutor's office. And what would happen is there was always these one-week operations where they would do a drug sweep. And during the drug sweep, if you were arrested, they put your picture in the paper, and it was kind of called the wall of shame. And maybe the thinking was that if they see their picture in the paper, that will motivate them to get help. But it wasn't really working. And so when Prosecutor Graywall became the prosecutor in Bergen County, he decided, you know what, when they're arrested, let's offer them help. A lot of them do not know how to get help. Let's offer them help. So their first operation, we arrested, I think it was 46 people, and about half, actually a little bit more than half, I think it was 24, agreed to get help.
Now, the way it works, if they agree to get help, are charges dropped against them?
No, there are no special deals made as a result of this program. The intent really is to bring help and assistance to those that need it that may not have otherwise looked to seek help for themselves. So there are no special deals. They do have to continue through the legal process, but we hope that there's consideration for individuals who choose to go down the recovery path when they go before the judge. Is
this still new? Do we know that the judges are more lenient on them, or that the prosecutors are more lenient?
Yeah, the judges are notified that they participated and completed the program. So the thinking is, yes, they're more lenient. That's how it has played out. They just don't want to give promises in the beginning because, it is an arrest. But certainly they do tell them that the judge, when you go in front of the judge, he or she will be notified that you participated.
Because Deborah, as you know, we did a town hall on this. And it was an overflow crowd of people. And most of the people that showed up were parents who were upset that the only way we can get my son or daughter help is if they get arrested. Then they get help, so they have to be bad before they get good. And it almost seems like it's the same thing, though. I mean, you have to be arrested to get into this, and if there's no promise that we're going to drop charges, then you're still taking the chance, are you not?
Well, yes and no. I mean, the whole point of this is to remove the stigma of the disease of addiction. And we look at it as just any other disease, as if you had heart disease or neurological disease. We look at addiction as a disease just like that. And so the idea is, even though this particular subset of individuals have been arrested, if they go through recovery and they reform their lives and they never go back to drugs, I mean, that really is the answer that we're looking for, and that we believe that through this innovative approach, people are not having to be bad in order to get help.
Yeah, I might be, look, you're medical professionals, I might be focusing on the arrest. What you're focusing on is changing someone's life.
No, you bring up an excellent point. I've heard that from parents also. What's different with this operation is when parents are referring to that, they're typically talking about drug court. And to get into drug court, it's a certain level of charge. It's not easy to get into drug court. These are offenders that probably would not have been eligible for drug court by the mere fact they were just buying heroin. So now the intervention is to offer them treatment and not wait until they get arrested again and again and again and then become eligible for the drug court.
No, it's wonderful. One of the things that I was always concerned about are the people that are brought back with Narcan. And should there be, and maybe you're not the right people to ask this question to, but I'd love to know if you have an opinion on this. Shouldn't there be a requirement if you're brought back with Narcan that you get into some type of treatment?
Well, the state now has, in all 21 counties, something called the Opioid Overdose Recovery Program. And they tried it as a pilot a few years back. And they actually used social workers. People that were reversed from Narcan, they tried to convince them to go to treatment. And their success rate was I think, maybe like 1%. It was really low. So then they said, this is a good idea. How can we make this work? So they started to use what was called peer recovery specialists. These were people that are in recovery now, but kind of have been where they're at. And in all 21 counties, they're up around about 50% of people that are reversed from Narcan that then agree to go to treatment.
So you know what I hear the common thread here is people have to want to do it. It has to be their choice. It can't be forced on them for it to be successful.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. People have to be ready to recover.
And so forcing them into it's not going to do any good because you might have a 1% success rate at that point. Has the program been working?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have analytics on that?
Well, every life is a life we save and a life we transform, and to me, those are the analytics.
Now I feel cold for bringing up analytics.
I know.
But the truth is, you know, we have been tracking to see the results of our programs, and I think Mike can probably speak best to the specific numbers. Okay. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but Deb points out when you help one, it's one of those, you know, just situations where it's really true. If you help one person, you've touched an entire family. We were doing an interview for another newspaper on Tuesday, and right before the interview, I got a call from somebody that was arrested in 2 operations ago. And he called not only to thank the operation and us, he actually started by thanking the officer that arrested him. He said, "You helped to change my life. You helped to change the life of my family, and I just want to call you and say thank you." I don't know if anybody ever does that.
No, it's not. It's more common than you would think. I think a lot of people understand that when they get arrested, when they start to get treatment, that is the lowest they might ever get, and it turns them around. And I've heard that happening before. But thanks for sharing that story. Thanks for sharing the program. Good luck with you.
Thank
I really
you so
appreciate
much for
you coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. It sounds great. Deborah Visconi, CEO of Newbridge Medical Center, and Michael Paolello, Newbridge Chief Clinical Officer for Substance Abuse Services. Jersey Matters continues right after this. Still to come on Jersey Matters, a heartwarming memorial for a hometown hero who recently passed away in North Jersey. That's when we come right back.